Lincoln Parks here, and let's jump into Lincoln's leadership lessons. 4 leadership lessons I learned from my father. Hey guys, so yesterday was Father's Day, and all over the world, fathers were celebrated. But what I want to do, I want to give you 4 leadership lessons that I learned from my father growing up as a young man. So my father left a legacy for me. My father's still alive, lives in the Bahamas. Of course, I live in Atlanta, Georgia. But 4 leadership lessons that my father left for me that I want to pass along to you. So the first one is get passionate. So whatever it is that you're doing right now, he told me to get passionate. Because as a young man growing up, he might have seen in me that I might not have been passionate in a particular area. I was passionate about sports. He wanted me to get passionate about reading. He wanted me to get passionate about whatever it is that I wanted to put my full gusto into. So that's leadership lesson number 1. Get passionate about whatever it is you're doing and pass that message along. Number 2, have a sense of urgency. You must have a sense of urgency. I remember working with my dad in construction on summer vacations, and I would be walking slow. I'd just be walking slow, and he'd say, "Son, one leadership lesson I want to teach you is to walk with urgency. You need to walk like you're doing something, like you're going somewhere, and people are going to follow you. If you know where you're going and with a sense of urgency, you're doing what you need to do, people are going to automatically want to know where you're going, and they're going to want to follow you." So work and have a sense of urgency. Number 3, always respect authority. That's one thing that he always wanted to make sure that we respected authority. He wanted us to say yes, sir. He wanted us to say yes, ma'am. He wanted us to make sure that anyone that was older than us or was in a leadership position, that we would respect that authority. And now I've come to realize that as we grow into being leaders, and as we grow with our platforms, and as we're taking our message out to the world, we want to make sure as leaders that we respect other leaders. Because if we can't respect, how can we expect respect to come back to us? So that's number 3, always respect authority. And number 4, and we all know this, but we don't always live like this, always put God first. Always make sure that God leads in your life. If God is leading in your life, there's nothing that can stop you. And I say this almost in the majority of the videos that I put out there. If God is not leading in your life, then you need to put him first. Drop everything else that you're doing. My dad would always tell me this. Drop everything that you're doing and put God first. Of course, I went through a lot of stumbling blocks until I figured out that I needed to put God first. So I want us as a community to lead, and I want us to lead like how my father taught me how to lead. How did your father teach you how to lead? The 4 steps, just as a recap: get passionate about what you're doing. Have a sense of urgency. Always respect authority, and always put God first. This is Lincoln Parks, and I want us to lead with passion. I want us to lead with urgency. I want us to lead and make sure we respect authority, and we want to put God first. So until next week, guys, this is Lincoln Parks. Let's lead and lead others respectfully, honestly, and truthfully. Until then, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.